I'd like to give you just a brief idea of what happens with muscles. So there are about 65 muscles here, and as you can see, they're all intertwined all over the place. These very heavy ones, they're attached to the skin, and on the body you have a bone each end of your muscles. On the face, a lot of the muscles have only got a bone one end. So I'll explain that. These muscles here, this group, that's your upper cheeks. And the muscles are attached to the bone here. They go through the skin, and this end, they're attached to your lips. So you've got a bone this end, but no bone here. These two muscles, when you contract those, that's how you smile. So you contract those, and that pulls up your mouth corner. Now, if you had a bone both ends, then you wouldn't be able to smile. It'd be a fixture. And that's why we can't smile with any other part of us or blink or anything. It's only the face that has all these movements. Now, this one doesn't get used very much. Bone there, no bone. So that one you have to work out and get that in use. And this one comes from the bridge of the nose, comes down to the mouth, and halfway down, it comes down quite a long muscle there, but halfway down it splits into two, and that section goes to the nose. So that's how you crease up your nose, by that part of the muscle there. So when you're young, these are very springy, and you've got lots of muscle up here. And as you get older, and older means, it can be late 20s or any time, these are getting longer. And you'll find that this generally goes flatter here. And then as it comes down still further, it goes into a fold from nose to mouth. So when that gets very, very heavy, you see, then, that gets, you think, oh gosh, I wish I could get rid of that fold. But you can by working those muscles, and then that will lift everything up. It will lift this up into a much, sort of fuller part up here, instead of all that fullness being down here. And this will lessen. There will always be something here, because that's where you smile, so it creases, but it won't fold over. Now, as these get longer still, you get a droop here, and then you get a slight droop here as well. But you can really sort of do something about that, so it isn't as depressing as it sounds, because you can get that all back into shape. Now this one, this is your grinning muscle, so that pulls your mouth out sideways. It's attached to your mouth corner, so when you work that muscle, it will get that to be much smoother. Instead of having slack and drooping everywhere, you can get that, so you've got a very much smoother line there. You have two circle muscles. One circle goes around the eyes, and the other circle is around the mouth. Now, blinking doesn't do anything at all. So when you blink, it isn't actually exercising the muscle. So consequently, gradually your brow comes down, and then you have far too much skin here, which will go into folds. And then it starts drooping. So you can work that muscle against resistance, and then that will lift the brow. So you really can do that yourself. You don't need to have a brow lift by someone else. You can normally lift this brow quite easily, and you can get rid of the folds as well. I mean, if they're very bad, they may not all go, but you'll definitely see a huge improvement there. Now, bags can be formed by this muscle drooping here, and that can go into a bag. I mean, it's caused by other things, but that's one of them. Now, if you put too much cream there, it isn't good, because the skin is very thin here. So creams and gels, generally go in and cause it to look worse. So very, very little cream in there. And you strengthen the muscle by, it's a squinting movement, which you'll find out about, and it pulls the muscle up there, and it makes that area look much better. You'll find that this part gets very heavy into jowls. So there's no point thinking, well, you'll just work on this area, because it's all the muscles are coming down. So you need to go through every section and work every part of the face. And then you can work this and get a much better look here. and also turkey neck, which droops here. You can get that pulled up very well. And this muscle comes right down into the chest. So when you're doing this sort of exercise, then you can pull up your neck quite well and stop it getting all crepey. So you need to do every section, and you'll find you will see such an improvement.